read it and see it and what the Word of God says in 1 John 4 and verse 16. If you're there, it says, and we have known and believed the love that God hath to us. God is love. And he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in God, and God in him. If you love God, the love of God is going to be seen in you. It's going to be seen in you, how you react to people and how you love people, love others. Now let's get down to where we want to go, back to the Gospel of John. In John chapter number 3, now y'all know where I'm going. In John chapter 3 and verse 16. And y'all know it by heart, we all probably do. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. I just want to take a few minutes just to look at that one verse. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. It was God's love, y'all. God's love, the greatest love that it inspires the gospel. It's the inspiration for the gospel, okay? That text right there on God's love is one that many consider to be the greatest text in the Bible. And obviously I can see why, and you can too. It was said by Miss Marge just a moment ago, we didn't even love him before he loved us. He loved us before we ever loved him. If you go back and read in this, just the chapter before this, and even right here in this chapter, you're gonna see where Nicodemus came, and Nicodemus came to Jesus at night, and Jesus started telling him, and he also goes into the story about the Israelite children and the serpent on the pole that they'd look up to, and they'd be healed. Well, hey, they had sinned against God, but even in that, he still loved them. He still loved them. Even in our sin, he still loved us. He still loved us. So the proclamation here of God's love is God loved the world. That's a tremendous proclamation, y'all. It's unexpected by man. See, Nicodemus knew God to be a God of holiness, a God of law, a God of judgment, but the Pharisees did not stress the love of God. They probably just didn't even understand that. And I can understand why, because men are evil. We were evil. One would not thank God. We'd not think that God would love. I never thought about God loving me when I was a sinner. That never came across my mind. We just didn't think that way. I didn't. I don't know if you did or not, but when you were in sin, God was the farthest thing from you. And like we said, we didn't love him. We were his enemy. But he loved us. He loved us. It unequals any kind of religion. Heathen religion has no gods that love. If you think about the gods of the little g gods, the religious clan carries and worships, they don't love. They're cruel. They're corrupt gods, little g gods. Okay. Thirdly, it's unexcelled. And its effect here. This proclamation of love. You think about love for a person. I love my wife. I've known her for 60 years, but we've been married 56 of those. But the love I have for her, think about the love God has for you. This proclamation that love, this love for us, okay? And love for people. When you say you love somebody, it has an effect on them. He's saying that he loved us. He loved the world. No proclamation of love ever affected man the wonderful and blessed way that this proclamation from a divine love, out of a divine love. Okay, the pattern of God's love. It says so. In the Greek, that word translated "so" has several meanings, but one meaning is in this manner. Or in the way described. It tells us that God's love, again, is patterned after the illustration which Christ had. Hey, just given Nicodemus about the serpent on that pole, lifted up on that pole, and the healing of these rebellious Israelite people. They were going wild and crazy, okay? And the serpent would bite them, but if they looked at that pole, they looked at that serpent on that pole, okay, they could be healed. God loved them. In their sin, in their rebellion against him, God loved them. See, Christ gave his life on the cross for us, y'all. He gave his life on the cross for us. We look at that old cross up there. I look at it often. As I sit here, I look up there at that cross often. And I think of Brother Ken when he painted that, and what was going through his mind when he painted that picture up there. That mural tells me that, hey, he's not on that cross, y'all. No, he's alive and well, sitting at the right hand of God the Father this afternoon. But he left that cross, but he took that cross for you and I. He did that for us. Think of the passion in all that. So, another meaning of that word, involves so greatly did he do it. God never does anything halfway. Never does anything half-hearted, okay? God's love, when God loves someone, hey, there's nothing else equal to that. It's unconditional. There's no strings attached. No matter what you do, he's going to still love you. Have I ever done something to him that he was not pleased with? Sure. Have you? Sure. But did he stop loving you? No, he didn't stop loving you. See the passion in this, the passion in that one word, so. Again, what it just jumps off the page to us and says, for God so loved. Think of so loved. Look at that word, love. The word is in the past tense. It says God loved us before we were redeemed or saved, not just after we were redeemed or saved. It ain't after the fact. It's before the fact. He so loved us before we ever loved him. He so loved. The love it's in the present tense again, which means it's always abiding there. It's there forever and ever. It's God so loved the world. God is love. We read a while ago. God is love, y'all, in 1 John 4:16. We read that. God is love. Look at the perimeters around all this. The whole world. The whole world. No other love is that large. We may love in here, and I may love here. But do we love the whole world? No. God did. God so loved the whole world. No love has ever embraced so many. If we love a few neighbors, a few relatives, a few friends, maybe some family members, we think we're filled with love. But compared to the perimeters of God's love, we haven't even begun to love. We haven't even begun to love. God loved the whole world, y'all. He loved the world so much that he gave his only begotten son. That's proof. The proof of God's love, he said he gave. See, true love gives. True love gives. God's love was not just words. It was deeds. It was action. My mom used to always say, actions speak louder than words. Well, here it did. Here it did. This is not just words. God gave his only begotten son. And that begotten is important. That's totally different from just saying God gave his son. He said he gave his only begotten son. Okay? Again, here, one can give and not love, but one can't love and not give. He gave. Because why? Because it says so. So loved the world. So loved the world. One of the first evidences of love in a courtship is the giving of a gift. I used to shower Miss Sherry with gifts. I don't anymore, but I used to. I used to. I used to shower with gifts. I'm sure a lot of you men in here, when you were courting your maybe present wife now, you gave gifts. We talked about it last night, and a lot of us failed it, but in the honeymoon game, we didn't do too well. Some of us didn't. Brother Randy, I mean, we didn't do too well. Hey, we would shower them with gifts. See, what we need to do is realize that God so loved us that he gave us, okay? The price of this love. Gave his only, again, begotten son. Again, he gave his only begotten son. How much love can you give? To give your only begotten son. If you love much, you're going to give much. And he gave much. He gave much, okay? It says he gave his only begotten son. True love, hey, that's what true love is. That's what true love is. It's a love of giving. No other gift was so needed, so profitable, so fitting. The love, see, love is not blind here. Love gives, and he gave. He gave his only begotten son. Why? Because he loved us. What's the prerequisites of all this God's love? Whosoever believeth in him. That's the prerequisite. That's the prerequisite for benefiting from God's love. God's love. Though great and wonderful, we will not benefit. You'll not benefit unless you attend to the most important prerequisite. And what is that? Whosoever believeth in him. Okay? And look what happens here. Look at the protection in all this. Should not perish. Love protects the object of its love. I say this and wholeheartedly mean this. I'd take a bullet for Miss Sherry. Now, that's a saying we hear, but we don't think about that. But I would rather me have her cancer than her have her cancer. I'd rather have her cancer. I'm sure when I had a heart attack, she'd have rather had my heart attack for me. Okay? See, that's protection. What's the nature of protection? Should not perish. This protection speaks of here is spiritual protection, okay? See, we think of protection, we think of like the insurance company when you got your life insurance policy or your health policy. They deal with that. But the protection they're interested in is physical and material, not spiritual. This is a spiritual protection, okay? And that's the kind we need. That's what we need. You don't give it a lot of thought. I know you don't, because I don't either. But just a trip from here to Nashville, just a trip from here to Laverne or anywhere you're traveling. Miss Stacy has to travel around, I know. Some others have to travel around. You don't think about it, but God's protective hand is on you, watching over you. I told you the story. We went through a green light one day. When we went through that green light, there was a car right here running the red light. I'll never forget it. I mean, I could see the person's face, yet they never hit us. They never hit us. We got on through, and they right in behind us. They would tell. You go up here, you better be real careful. This is one of the worst up here I've ever seen. We saw a car go through that thing at 65, probably 70 miles an hour on a red light. He ran a red light. That light on our side was green as it could be, and I could hear him. I just glanced, and we just sat there. If we had taken out, or the car beside us had taken out, it would have killed somebody. This is a spiritual protection. Look at the nobility in this kind of protection. Should not. This is protection which shall never, ever, ever end. There's no exemption clause here. It's permanent. His protection is permanent on you. We say this, and people always want to argue with us about it. But this right here is once saved, always saved. Once you accept him, once you believe on Jesus Christ, you've got that protection. And you're not keeping yourself in your salvation. He's keeping you, okay? Many of you older folk remember the song of He's got the whole world in His hands, okay? He's got you in His hands, and He's protecting you and keeping you. You're sealed to the day of redemption. Hey, that's forever, okay? That's what we're going to look at now. The provision of His love says it should have everlasting life. God's love gives the one who gives us this great provision, everlasting life. This is I think the greatest gift anyone can ever have. Let me read you John 10:10. It says, I am come that you might have life, and that you might have it what? More abundantly. More abundantly. See, this life is more abundantly than anything the world can offer. This life is more abundant than anything the world can offer you. This is the greatest life, and this is the greatest love of all ever, okay? And it's eternal. It's eternal. It says everlasting. Many things we may buy at the store have a warranty on them. Most of them about 90 days or less, okay? But this warranty that God gives us is permanent. It never runs out. God's warrants His gift of salvation to us forever, forever. No other merchant, no merchant can give you that kind of warranty on a product, but God does. God gives you that. God gives you that kind of warranty. You're His child, and He loves you. And let's read it again. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever, I'm hung up right here, whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Heads are bowed and eyes are closed. That's one of the greatest scriptures you'll ever read. If you don't read your Bible, get you one and just read that one time. And read it over and over and over again and digest what we just said, how God loved you. And He still loves you. And if you're not His child, He loves you, but He wants you to be saved. He don't want anybody to perish. But He wants everybody to do just that right there, have everlasting life. And the way you get that everlasting life is you believe the gospel. You believe in His death, His burial, and His resurrection in your heart, not in your head, in your heart. I heard it as I was a kid. I heard it for years, but it's all in my head. It never got to my heart till I was 29 years old. I'm coming up, and Brother Jim is too. He's coming up on a birthday, and I am too. I'm coming up on my spiritual birthday, February 17, 1974, 49 years ago. Hey. The greatest thing that ever happened to me was when I got saved. And my life changed, totally changed, okay? Many of you, your life totally changed. That's what salvation is. It's a life change. It's a life changer. And how did it happen? Because God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. That's how it happened. That's how it was made possible. He took that old rugged cross for you and I. I mean, I can't explain to you all the things they did to Him. It's in here. You can read about it. But to think about your beard, I had a full beard one time. To think about it being plucked out, just pulled out of your face, beat to the point of where they couldn't even recognize you. Mary probably couldn't have recognized Him if she hadn't known it was Him. He was beaten that bad. Think of what He did for you and I. They pierced His side, out came the blood and the water. But hey, that was for you and I. That's for us. If you're not saved, I'd get saved today. If you don't know what love is, you'll know what love is then. Because it's totally different than the world's love. We're not talking about the world's love. See, we see the world's love through Hollywood and those entertainers and the Grammy Awards and all that craziness that goes on. My Lordy. That ain't love, that's lust. That's lust, y'all. You who are saved know about the love of God. You know about the love of God. You've accepted it. He's accepted you. He would never have turned you down. That's love. That's love. Piano's going to play. If you have a need, you come up to the altar here. If you need to get saved, come up here and we'll take the Bible and show you how to do that.